Hi everybody, how's it going? Actually, I hope your day was much better than mine, because today I got this really nice a 2442 MacBook Pro with M1 chip. It's pretty powerful. But let me show you what it does. Yeah, so it does that. Yeah. So, the main issue here was liquid damage. The liquid damage area was nearby. Actually, it was on the other side of the angle sensor. It was here, but a little drop was over there. I cleaned everything. I changed the CD30 to 17. I took that part from exactly the same board. I took the CD from the same spot for the same port actually. Then I realized the board is acting a little bit weird. The board, it was taking 20 volts and something around 80-100 milliamps. Something around the 1 amp, then it was turning off, it was dropping down to 0, it was acting like it's a dead CPU. So I actually start thinking and doing the different things, like I put it into the different housing, I back to original housing, I was checking part by part, like one after the other one by one, and suddenly the image showed up, like really like out of the blue. I was super happy, and then I started to check in everything, like I checked under the client OS, I was checking every single part, and then I realized I have issues with the angle sensor. Let me show you. Let me show you what is this and what it does and what it should does. So this is that. I changed the cable, that's why you can see a sticker on it. This is the angle sensor. There, oh, here. Here you can see a small magnet. This magnet works when it moves when you're opening the lid, like you can see right now. Oh, you can't see my overhead camera because... Oh, what the fuck is going on here? Everything is working like that angle sensor, huh? Never mind. So, like you can see here, when I'm opening the lid, the magnet moves. But the question is why I don't have image. Okay, so maybe there is a liquid, maybe it's liquid damage, maybe it's corroded. Let's unplug the battery first and let's take the angle sensor out. Easy, yeah? Let me take my jig. So, take a look. All the pads are there. There is a flux, a little bit of flux, because I soldered the chip into the new cable, because I was sure there is a problem with original cable. But the cable was fine. So maybe there is a broken pad. Okay, let's check it. I'm gonna take the chip out. I'm gonna use a small heat, because everything here, the cable here is actually really tiny. So I don't want to burn anything. I'm using 360 and 20 airflow. Fume extractor, of course. Like you can see here, we have a lot of issues with the angle sensors. So I have here the different chips. This is a chips from the angle sensors, which we can buy on eBay. So take a look. Let's take a look. Cable is fine. Nothing is damaged here. All the parts are there. Maybe something is broken on the other side of the chip. No, it's not. Look, everything is fine. Okay, so tell me why that shit doesn't work. Let's move it back. We have a dot here. We have a dot here. So the orientation is fine. Maybe I didn't press it before. Actually, I did, because before you could see those small solder balls coming out from the chip. Not from the chip, it was under the chip actually. Yeah, so everything is nice. Nothing is broken here. Oh, let me show you broken. Maybe this cable is broken. I saw somewhere. Yeah. This one was a little bit corroded. Like you can see here you can see piece of the trace. Those caps were broken. They were really corroded, so I took them away. And then I decided to take a new cable. And the funniest part was, after that repair, what I showed you, the cable, everything was working again. The angle sensor was working fine, but not in this case. So here we have a original chip with the different cable. The cable, the client cable, was fine. Really, I don't have it with me right now, so I can't show you. But everything was fine with it. So let's see, let's clean it maybe before, because maybe I used too much flux. Maybe flux caused that shit. Apple would say it. For sure they would say it's a fucking flux issue. Okay, Let's clean it. A little bit of alcohol. Nice and easy. Okay, let's put it back into the housing. I had to check if I pressed the record button. Okay, so everything is on the place. Take a look. It's straight, nothing is bent there, nothing is broken. So let's plug the and here. Okay. Battery cable. Charging. Light, dong, and no image. No image. No image. No fucking image. No backlight. Actually, I saw the Apple logo for a few seconds, but it disappeared. So let's check power button. Power button. Image. No image. Image. No image. Image. No image. So, actually, I found a solution. So, you have to use GSX to make it working again. Why? Because Apple doesn't know how to fucking sleep sensor works. Magnet. You see? It's actually a magnet for screws. Let me show you. It's a magnet. Lenovo. Sleeping baby. It sleeps now. You see? It's that fucking easy. So many years ago, when I started working with the laptop, when you're opening and closing the lid, there was a small piece of the plastic, and the lid was pressing the actually switch in the housing on the motherboard, and it was putting the whole machine into the sleep. After the few years, they found a better idea, like here, with the magnet in the housing, in the lid. And Apple used that thing a long time in 1502s, in 1398s, in 1706s, in 1708s. But they changed that shit. And right now we have to, every single time when you have to deal with the small liquid damage on the fucking angle sensor, you have to go to the fucking Apple. And actually, I think soon we're gonna have to use, I don't know, maybe GSX to flush the water after taking a shit. I'm gonna leave you with that information, and actually I hope you learned something today. Hi everybody. So I think I wasn't clear yesterday about the angle sensor. I think sensor got discalibrated when actually I tried to swap the screen. So I swapped the screens because I didn't have an image, so I'd like to check if I have image on the other screen. So this is actually a little bit fucked up from Apple side, because you have to have option, you have to have check different parts. So imagine you want to try swap the trackpad, keyboard, and how does it look like? I'm trying to different keyboard, I'm plugging in different keyboard, and what? E doesn't work, X doesn't work, I don't know, S, it's I right now. Everything is discalibrated. How? So why the fucking sleep sensor? Why they can't use the old way? Old, small sleep sensor, like here. This small little guy. Why? Why? We have CDs 3217s on this board as well, and we have normal, regular sleep sensor, magnetic sleep sensor. We don't have bullshit angle sensor. Look. And so everything is about the M1. Everything right now gonna be tied to the board. Screen, keyboard, trackpad. Why? So I'm actually a little bit pissed because right now we are not the consumers like it was many years ago. We are actually just numbers with wallets. Redo because I was talking to myself. Battery got discharged. Imagine you have not even 60,000 miles on your car. The car is 5 years old. And the oil is leaking from everywhere. Right now I have to wait until end of May, because then they're gonna have a spare car for me. And you know what I have to do? Every single day I'm taking a picture of the leak, how big it is. I'm checking how much oil I have in my engine actually, because I want to show them it's not my fault. I was repairing the car only in the Subaru, in exactly the same place like it was before. I bought the car used, of course, but it was from my close family. They didn't use the car a lot, so they decided to sell it. So when I was buying the car had still foils on the seats. And actually it had a smell of the new car. So every single big brand does those things. Probably it doesn't matter if it's the Apple, if it's the Subaru, if it's the John Deere. They're gonna do that because we are only the walking wallets for them. Nothing else. We are only the walking wallets. Yeah. So That's it for today, and I hope you learned something.